2001 score sheet. This file will contain 4 worksheets, and the English, and the mathematics, and the biological. And when I click this worksheet, and you will find out they're almost the same. So we need to finish the quiz performance, and then the last column is the score. Actually, you don't need to do it one by one, since these 3 worksheets, they're the same. So we can group this one and finish it. And at last, score statistic. You can copy the grade from the other worksheet and come in here and make some statistic. Okay, let's start this question. The first question, would like to finish the quiz and the performance, and the last column score. Okay, but because these 3 worksheets, they have the same format, so first I will start to group of this. And you choose the English and press the Shift key and don't release, and keep select the biological. And you will find out here it's a group. Okay, after you group it and you finish one item, and the other worksheet will be finished too. Okay, then we'll come back to consider how we can finish this quiz. Here, give us hint. We need to use the sum and the minima function to calculate the average value of the top 4 score. Here we have 5 different value. We need to get rid of this minima and then average all these 4 grade. So suggest here we will use the minima to find out which one is the worst grade, and the sum of this 5 grade and minus your minima. Alright, and later you will give the average. Okay, so we will back here. First, I will try to use the minima. Here is the minima. Double click, and your range will be from here. I would like to find out which one is the minima value. Okay, that's it, 0. And then I will move my cursor in front of the minima, because later I will use the summation. Okay, sum all this range again. Don't forget your bracket and minus his. That's a total of this 5 grade and minus your minima. That would be like this. And then not just this, because you like give the average. So after this one, you can divide by 4. So give the bracket and divide by 4, because here I have a 4. When you get rid of the worst grade, actually you have just 4 times homework. Okay, then that's your quiz, and the other will be the same, so you can drag down. Okay, that's a quiz, and then we like finish the performance, and the performance you will use average function to calculate the average of the 2 exams. So that would be easier. You press your cursor here, and you just go back to the home, and here the average. Okay, and of course not so many grade, just this exam. So you need to change the parameter to be the this 2. Okay, and the other will be the same. So just use a fill handle, drag down. And last one, the score. Yeah. We want to calculate the score. Actually, it's a little complicated. That because the score is from the attitude will be the 5%, and the quizzes is the 10%, and the performance 10%, and the other 3 examination will be the 25%. And here the question say we can use the sum product to calculate the score. The sum product actually just for the range, they are continuous. So maybe for the performance and the other 3 examination, their grade actually they are continuous. So we can use the sum product, but not for the quiz and the attitude. So here how we get the formula. Alright, let's back to the scroll. I will place my cursor here. Of course, first start with the equal sign, and I will looking for the attitude here. It's from the C7, and because later you want to copy this formula, so the C7 should be the relative, because later you need to use a C8, C9, so it will be the relative, and you need times it's a 5% should be at the C5. But always everyone should be times this 5%. The 5% is the fixed position, it will move. So this one, it should be the absolute. So you need to press F4. Okay? And the other would be your, next would be your quizzes. So I will come back to select the I7. It's still the relative, because next would be the I8, I9, I10. Okay? And its percentage would be at the I5. Still it's absolute. So press F4. And the other, it's another 4 grade. And look this, they are continuous range. So we can use the sum product. And the sum product, I will type. And here is a parameter. Actually, it's array 1, array 2, array 3. But here I need only 2 arrays. Array means it's a continuous range for the data. So first, maybe I will highlight this one. That's a grade and a comma. And the array 2 is how much percentage you want to multiply. Okay, but this still should be the absolute. So don't forget, press F4 and change this to be the absolute address. And then we finish this score. Then of course fill handle to drag down. Okay, so that's a score, or we already finished. And that's for the English worksheet. And how about the other? Click mathematics. Look, quizzes, attitude, and score. Biological. Yeah, we already finished the first question. The second question, we like finish the other worksheet. It's a score statistic. You can find out here we have a sum column. They are blank. We need to fill all this score. And all this score coming from the previous score. So we will copy this file, this data, and back to the score statistic and paste it. But if you just paste it, you will find out something wrong here. Let me show you. I will select this one and right click, say I want copy, and move to the C3, and then you will paste. Look, something wrong. And look at the formula. It's a reference. You cannot find out the value here. So why is this? We can back to the English. When you use this one, it will say your formula will use a C7. But C7 actually here, I don't know where is a C7. It's not a absolute. It's just several column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, it's a 13 column from here. When you count from here, it's 13 columns away. But when you back here, you count 1, 2, 3. It's no 3 there. So we cannot find out the formula. So actually, it's not like this. I will delete it. I will copy one more time from here. And copy. And back here, you want to paste. But I would like suggest get inside the paste spatial and then select the paste link. That's here talking about the paste link. Okay, so click it, then look, it's correct, and look the formula just from the English worksheet and this position. Okay, that's better. All right, then we're back to the mathematics one more time, and the copy, then back to the scroll here, or maybe you can just choose this one, paste link. All right, and then will be the same. This is the path link too. Then we fill all this score. And after we finish all this score, we need to calculate the total. We will use the sum, okay, to calculate the summation. Okay, I think that's easy. Just highlight all these cells and go back to the Home tab, click the summation, okay, and that's it. In the last column, it's a ranking. We need to use a rank average to rank this student's grade. Okay, so I will place my cursor in the G3, and then we need to choose a function. We can use another way. Go to the formula, and the rank of average is belong to the statistical. Okay, looking for a rank average. And first parameter for the rank average is which number you want to use to compare to the others. And of course, it's a student's total score. And where you want the reference to, that means where you want to compare the group will be where. And it's all students, so you need to highlight all. But later, because this formula, you need to copy down, and F3 should be changed to the F4. So this is a relative, you don't need to change. But this from the F3 to F12, it's a fixed position. So you need to highlight this and press F4 to be the absolute. And you don't need to give the order because the order is descending, and it's if this is a descending, then you don't need to type anything. So just click OK. That's the first student's ranking, and the other will be same. So you can just double click here. But be careful because here we have several format here. For example, the border here is a double line, but here actually they're not double line. So maybe you can say, I want to fill this but without formatting. And then he will keep the original format. Alright, then already finished this question 201.